What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto Fud. Let's jump right into this. Fix my mic. Well, happy Monday, guys. Hope you guys had a great, safe weekend. I know I had a good weekend. We covered some good stuff on the lives, members only stream. Gino, what's going on? CM, what's going on, brother? It has been a while. Owen, Sam, will Milady 1000X? We'll cover that in a minute, bro. I like how you just jump in, just firing the questions like, what's Milady gonna do? We'll definitely cover that here in a second. Let's give everybody a few seconds to jump in. Like I said, I hope you guys are having a great day today. Happy Monday, guys. We've seen some ups and downs in the market today. We definitely have seen some downward movement. Bitcoin was earlier looking like she was going to slap that $70,000 mark. Let's see here. She was running up. Actually, she did. She did hit 70,000 very briefly, but got rejected. And you can see it was a nice move, but look where she literally came back to bounce. At a pivotal spot that we've been talking about, 66,400, guys. We can't make this up. Literally, we've had these lines here for months, obviously. So you can see it was a nice bounce. She's looking like she wants to start retracing. We're going to have to see how that plays out, guys. We do have some things coming up this week that I think are going to cause a little bit more volatility. So just buckle your seatbelts because we could have a nice little roller coaster ride where we're moving up and down for this week. So and we're going to cover that here in a second. So like I said, Bitcoin right now sitting at around 67.5. We did come back to bounce at around the 66.4. What's crazy is Bitcoin retraced, right? And I'm thinking, oh man, these alts are going to get decimated. And you know, a lot of the alts held pretty strong today, which was crazy. Usually when Bitcoin sees some kind of a fluctuation like we saw, almost 70,000 comes down to 66, that's $3,500, right? You would think that you would see that, you know, and it's a downward move. You think you would see the alts, you know, have a little bit more volatility, and we really didn't see much. Ethereum technically is up 2.5%. Ladies is up 1.5%. Solana was doing really well earlier today, and last night I saw you guys posting in the Discord. Solana was almost, it was like what, 194, I believe it was. It jumped up to 194, yeah. So I mean, Solana really did have a nice run as of last night, this morning, and it has retraced somewhat, but still technically up a 0.05%. Now you have a couple other projects that are slightly down, like ICP's down today. Really, Jasmy's down 1.5%. But like I said, PEPE up 2%, Myro 3%, XRP up 0.5%. Really not what you expect in regards to Bitcoin having this volatility today. You would have thought the altcoins were really going to get, you know, decimated, or at least be down 5 or 10%. And when you look at the day, this doesn't, if you were to tell me this is what the bubbles were going to look like at the end of today after what we saw, I'd be like, no way. The markets are going to be solid red. You know, Bitcoin literally just went down $3,000. Look at this. Most of it green. And you have some big movers, right? Bitcoin SV 16% holding pretty strong, which is a little odd. Arweave up. We have Maker, Rune, Bitcoin Cash, Beam, Lido. I mean, we can go down the list. Brett's back up 6%. Litecoin, little odd today, guys. I don't know what's going on with why the alts are being a little bit more stronger than Bitcoin, but you know, it is what it is, right? We'll take it. Maybe what we're seeing is that a lot of people were anticipating the buy the news, sell the rumor event in regards to Trump, and you know, everything that we covered this weekend. That could be what we've seen. But what's odd is that this morning the markets were running, right? We ran up to 70K, guys. I mean, that right there alone should give you enough hopium to let you know that even when we're down, you know, we drop down to sometimes into these like 55,000, you know, those lower 60,000s, that 70,000 is really only a hop, jump, and a skip away, right? And it shows you today, like, how fast we can really run up, you know, as far as with Bitcoin in the market. So with that being said, guys, let's jump right into this, guys. So Ricky's saying the alts are going to tear soon. Let's hope. I feel like we're due for a nice altcoin season, right? I think a lot of people are waiting for that. Gina says, yes, hopefully ICP stacks and order go down. All day I've been watching it, Gina. ICP, we're going to cover ICP here in a minute. Gina also said, make sure you guys hit those likes. Sam, if you're still here, brother, we're going to pull up Milady here in a second, so just bear with me. Jay say, pack your bags while you can. Gina said, when the market gets red, I tend my crypto garden. Nice. It's the best way to put it, right? That is the best way to put it. So a couple things I do want to cover. We've already covered it in the channel, but I want you guys to just be prepared. Is this week, particularly Thursday, Friday. So we have, let's see here. Friday, we have unemployment coming out, right? And then on Wednesday, we have Jerome Powell, the FOMC meeting coming out, right? That's where I think we're going to get a little bit of volatility. And it's like, you scratch your head. You're like, why are we going to get volatility, right? We already know the market is priced in for the month of July, which is this FOMC meeting in literally in almost a little over a day, right? That 95% of the market's already priced in that we're going to see no kind of a interest rate cut, right? We pretty much already know it's going to be a pause, as we've seen for the last 3 or 4 FOMC meetings. Perfectly fine. But I do think that even though we're going to be going into this meeting, I think a lot of people are real skeptical on what Jerome Powell is actually going to say, right? I've been telling you guys these last FOMC meetings, don't really focus on, the pause. Focus on the wordage of what Jerome Powell's saying. I thought my mic was mute for a second, so I was like, hold on a second here. But focus on what he's saying, right? Because that's really what's going to move the market. If he comes out and he's acting real dovish, meaning, hey, inflation looks like it's really been coming down. We've had beautiful CPI reports the last 3 reports. We're still monitoring the situation, but we really are starting to feel comfortable with at least one rate cut this year, right? They're kind of setting it up because he can't say, hey, listen, we're going to be reducing rates in September, right? He's not going to come out and just say that, most likely. But if he can give some kind of a softball, beat around the bush kind of thing where he's insinuating that the Feds are confident with reducing rates at least one time this year, that's going to be very bullish, right? It's going to be very dovish. Hawkish, aka bearish, would be him coming out and doing what he did on the last meeting where CPI reports came out. We had beautiful, numbers as far as inflation coming down even more than forecast, and he still is coming out and just being like, I don't know. We still haven't got the data back, or we still aren't confident. Giving out that uncertainty, right? The markets didn't like that, and that really is what kick-started the downward movement. Obviously, we had Germany selling off, a week later, adding to it, but that's really what kick-started the markets to really start moving towards the downside, a little over a month ago. So that's what we're going to be focused on. That's what we really need to, just pay attention to in regards to what he's saying. How is he coming out? Is he acting dovish or is he acting hawkish, right? Now, I've already been calling it for September. I've been saying this over and over. September is most likely when we're going to see the first rate cut, and that's where a lot of people have been jumping on. And you can see the market right now is pretty much priced in at 88.7% right now. These numbers are going to fluctuate, especially tomorrow on Wednesday's meeting when Jerome Powell speaks. If he comes out dovish, this is going to probably shift over where you're going to, I don't think the numbers, like, people are going to sway away from any kind of a thinking that there's going to be a pause in September. But if you notice, this was like 90+% the other day. Now a lot of people are going crazy, which I don't agree with. And they're thinking, you have 11% of the market thinking that we're going to see more than just 0.25%, right? They're thinking we're going to see a 0.5 to 0.75% interest rate cuts. I don't see that happening. There's no way in hell that we're going to go from pausing for the last 6 months or the last 6 meetings to go balls deep, no pun intended, and literally reducing interest rates almost a whole percent. I don't see that happening. They're going to do it. They're going to do it at 0.25% increments. Maybe as we get into 2025 and inflation hopefully is finally, baseline and it's down there, at what their target is, then you'll probably see more bigger increases as far as interest rates being reduced. So what I'm getting to is these numbers are going to fluctuate, but for right now, the market is calling for a 0.25, a 0.25%, or a 0.5%, and I've been agreeing with that the whole time. You know, you have a chunk that are thinking that it's going to be more. I really don't see that happening. So we'll see how this plays out. This is going to be for this Wednesday, guys. So this is why I'm telling you guys, we're going to probably see up and down in the market until we can get this Fed meeting over with. But I honestly do think that this meeting is going to be different than the last few. I do think that we're going to have a lot of investors coming out of this meeting a little bit more confident that the Feds are going to actually be reducing interest rates, most likely September, but at least one time this year. So, and then obviously, like I said, Friday, we have unemployment numbers coming out. Forecasts 4.1. Remember, we unfortunately want unemployment to go up, right? Unfortunately, right? I don't like saying that. Feel bad for anybody that has to go through that kind of stuff. You know, it stinks, right? But for investor side, for crypto, for the market, they're looking for, I think Jerome Powell said 4.2% is really what their target is. So we're like right there, right? We're right there. So we're looking for that 4.1. That's going to be on Friday. But I truly think that that's going to be a big nothing burger, right? If unemployment comes out and it meets forecasts, I don't think that the markets are going to start going crazy rallying, right? I really don't think that. Now, if the numbers come out and like unemployment took a dive, right, where meaning like a lot of jobs were created, unemployment's like back down to like 3%, that could be a big thing, because then you're gonna have the Feds looking at that like, holy crap, unemployment is still pretty low. Like we got to be careful with reducing rates. So those are gonna be the two things. We'll obviously cover it for this week's streams. So just wanted to get you guys prepared on all that. As far as jumping into the market, guys, let's get into this. So like I said, I hope you guys are having a great Monday. I had a good weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I had a good weekend. I've been sitting here just, you know, like today, watching the market like crazy. I do that every day, but just really trying to figure out, because I told you guys I still need to get my position open for Milady, right? You guys know I did sell off on Milady a while back when we were at some of these highs. I did jump out. So I've been really waiting, and you're like, Crip, you had a beautiful opportunity back here when we gained that zero very briefly, and I did have a great opportunity, and I freaking didn't take advantage of it, right? Didn't take advantage of it. I did buy other stuff that I, you know, was able to make money off of during this dip, but I didn't jump in on Milady. And now I'm looking back and I'm like, Crip, sometimes, boy, I'm looking at myself in the mirror this morning, and I'm just like, I don't know about you, bro. Sometimes it's just like, you just make me shake my head, all right? You need to step your game up. Stop doing stuff like that. You got a beautiful opportunity to get some cheap Milady, and you didn't do it. Shake my head. You guys ever talk to yourselves? I don't really do that particularly, but I do. When I'm looking at charts, I'm like, damn it. I'm like literally talking to myself. I'm like, bro, why didn't you buy in right there? You know, I'm just like, come on, Crip. Is this your first day trading in crypto? I remember my first day, right? So right now for Milady, someone was asking me, right now we're sitting at around 12, the 12 mark. We're not looking too bad. Still struggling to get above this 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average is, we haven't even really come up to even retest it yet, right? Which short term, bearish. I think long term, I'll always stay bullish on Milady until we get to that top, right? Which I still do believe we are in store to get a $2 to $10 billion market cap. Someone asked me earlier in the stream, they're like, hey, do you think that Milady is going to hit a 1,000x like people are saying? Well, if we pull up Milady's market cap right now, because you got to remember, you have to take the market cap into consideration, right? If it's something like where the project's at like, you know, $1 million market cap or lower, then you're talking about those potential, you know, 1,000x. But when you're talking about a project that's even though this market cap is so low, $91 million, you're still talking about a project that's nearly $100 million. Can it 1,000x? 1,000 times 100 million, I believe would be what, like 10 billion? No, it would be more than that, I believe, right? Someone do the math here and let me know. What would 1,000 times 100 million be? You would add 4 zeros on the back of that, right? 100 million, billion. I think that would be like 100 billion, if I'm not mistaken. You guys do the math and tell me. But what I'm getting to is it's I don't think we're gonna see 1,000x from where we're at right now, right? But 1,000x, do you comprehend how much of a move that is? Be happy if we see a 100x. 100x. That means if you had $1,000 in Milady right now and we 100x from where we're at right now, that's $100,000 that you would make back, right? Technically 99 because you have 1,000, right? But your ROI would be $99,000, a total of $100,000. That's 100x. That's a massive, massive move. And I think that Milady can do 100x. Can she do 1,000x? I really, if we can get the numbers here, I'm pretty sure it's a number that we wouldn't see, right? If I'm not mistaken, $100 billion market cap, no meme coin has hit that ever, right? Now, I'm not going to say that it can't do it 100% because anything's possible in crypto, right? Anything's possible. Doge got up to $80 billion on the last bull run. So, I mean, anything is possible, guys, right? So I'm not gonna sit there and just say it's not gonna happen, but you have a very slim chance that we're even gonna get half of that, right? Which would be 50 billion. If we get to $20 billion, you guys have to understand that's like a freaking 200x from where we're at right now. That's a massive, massive move right there. Gina said, my MOG is still doing well. Even when it's down, I still in the green for profit. Nice, because you know why, Gina? You got in a good position, right? You bought in at a great time when it was at a good price. So even when we're getting into some of these like, you know, days where we're down, you know, 10% or whatever the case is, you're still in the green because you bought in at a great price. That's why I always tell it to everybody. It's all about getting in it's all timing, right? Getting in at that great position. Getting in at the better position that you know, like right now, if you jumped into MOG, you would be at the whim of right now, if tomorrow we're down 10%, your portfolio is down 10%. But you jumped in on MOG months ago when MOG was down, when it was going through a big dip, you were able to basically push the fear aside, take a chance on it, and it's playing out for you, right? So I'm happy for you. Let's see here. Ricky said, same here. Gina got to stay in the game and get a 20x on that bad boy. Goober, what's going on, bro? Old's in the house. Ricky said, don't feel bad, bro. I traded 2 Ethereum for a dip and went up 1. Now I'm down to 1. What do you mean? Hold on. Let me read that correctly. Don't feel bad, bro. I traded 2 Ethereum for dip and went up 1. Now I'm down to 1. Oh, I see what you're saying. Now I see what you're saying. Old said at one point I had like 8,000 in Milady. I hear you, bro. Bro, you guys remember some of the people that were here when I solely began the channel. Not began, but like when we were going live, it was like Milady Central, right? And I had some of the people in here that were like, bro, they were like, when we were down, right? We were covering Milady when it was at the bottom, the lowest low. And it was during the bear market. I was like, this is going to play out for all of us. And I had people in here that were like, I have 200 billion Milady. I was like, damn. At the time, it was like a few $1,000s. When we ran up all-time highs, or not all-time, yeah, all-time highs, some of these people that were in here, they were like, bro, I have $80,000 in Milady. You know what I'm saying? I was like, holy shit. We had a guy come in here. Obviously, we weren't able to fact check it, but he came in when Milady was at one of the highs, and he was like, bro, I don't care if you guys believe me. He's like, I have 1 trillion Milady. And I was like, holy shit. You know, so we had some people on the channel now. I'm sure a lot of them sold off when we were at highs. You know, I know $80K, $100,000, that's a big move right there. Like I said, you have some people in here asking about 1,000x. I don't even think half of us have the patience to get 1,000x, right? You imagine your portfolio, you throw $100 in and you're up 100x. You're gonna let that ride and just, you know, you're probably gonna sell, right? So imagine getting up. I'm saying, like, me personally, I don't think I have the patience. I'd have to like buy in on a project and forget I had it, and then stumble across it and see it was up 1,000x, right? Because all the way up, I would be tempted. I always tell you guys, I'm fighting. I'm like, don't sell. You know, like if I'm up 100x, bro, I'm probably gonna take the profits. So it's like a gift and a curse, you know, on that. Ricky said sometimes you can't win on coins. Ricky said, damn, I wish I had $1 trillion Milady. I know, bro. Bro, but we had been covering Milady. I always tell you guys, we had been covering Milady. I'm not even BSing you guys. Like, I always keep the I always keep this arrow there just to remind me that we had been covering Milady all the way when she bottomed out right here, right? She bottomed out at I think this was 8 zeros, if I'm not mistaken. 8 zeros. She bottomed out right here, and that's where I bought in initially, and I sold off at one of these run ups, you know. And I was kicking myself. I was like, damn it, you know, because you could buy like $1 billion at the time. $1 billion was $18 right here at this. So people were, I mean, you could get 100 billion for I think it was like $1,800. You can get 100 billion. So crazy times. But this shows you when you get in at some good positions, you gotta have. I mean, you guys know I'm always back and forth. Like I don't always say diamond hands because I always encourage to take profits, right? I always encourage, if you're up like crazy, freaking take profits. You're always gonna get other options, right? Or other you're always gonna get other options. You know, there's always opportunities out there for you to continue to make more money. You know, they're gonna come. You have to have patience on that. But you know, the worst thing I always tell you guys is running the charts up and then running them back down. I did it. I always tell you guys the story when I did it with Shiba, and it was just like I was like sitting there one night. It was like lightning. The whole house is dark. The windows are open. It's just lightning. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I'll never do that again. And I'm just looking at everyone like, Shiba. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. But it was something like that where I was like, I'm not doing that again, bro. I was like, bro, I was up so much on Shiba, you know. And then by the time I was like, I sold. It was like, I went from like a 20x to probably more. I think it was like a 20 or 30x. By the time I sold, it was like a 3x, you know. So I was like, you know, I was like trying to calm myself down. Like, well, at least you 3x your money. I'm like, bro. It is what it is, right? Oh, Khalil said I got in when it was when 1 billion cost $32. There you go. OG in the channel. Ricky said I sold my ordinals and it still hurts even if I was 11x. She's still running strong. Oh, I'm getting back into ordinals, bro. Trust me. That's the one girl that got away that I'm getting back. That's the one that I'm getting back, bro. Trust me on that. And I will stay transparent with you guys and let you guys know exactly when. Obviously, I don't know if it's going to be when we're live on stream, but I will tell you guys, hey, especially in the Discord, I will be dropping like, hey guys, I'm about to make the move as far as buying in on ordinals. So, not that it's financial advice or anything like that, but just being transparent with you guys. So ordinals right now, the reason why I haven't bought in even right now where we're at is because if you can see, this is coming back all the way from February of this year when she did make this all-time high at around $97. You can see that she has made lower highs, right? Lower highs. This is zoomed out looking at the charts. So what I'm doing is I'm expecting that we're most likely going to respect this trend line, and I will at least get an opportunity for us to come back and retest this 786, which is around the $25 or less, right? That's what I'm looking for. We have support if we do drop down there at around $18. So anything between this 25 or below, honestly, if I can get ordinals for anything below 18, I'll be freaking ecstatic, bro. I promise I'll hold on to it for a long time, ordinals. Unless you 100x, then I'm selling, right? Tuan said ICP. Let's pull up ICP. We'll wait to cover the news and we'll jump in and we'll cover what you guys want. So ICP, you guys know that I've been freaking. I did sell for profits back when it was at around $10.30 on this last move. So I've been kind of waiting this morning. Today it has been very tempting. We dropped down. I'm watching it live. It was at $8.98. Gina, aren't you so happy? Gina, did you buy in? I know you were asking me, and I don't give out financial advice, but I was like, just have patience, right? And so we dropped down to $8.98. I've been really itching. I'm like, like I want to grab some, but I'm just like, just wait, Crip, just wait. If you miss the opportunity, you're not. It's all right, right? But if it plays out in your favor, you can make some good money here. So I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting till we can get closer to this $8.38. This seems to be a spot when we were on our way down was where we were hitting our head. So I'm anticipating that we're probably going to find some support somewhere around there, unless let's just say the markets start dumping, right? We see one of those big dumps or a giga drop, whatever the case, whatever you want to call it. Then I'll kind of will wait to see if maybe we're going to come back down and retest. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that green line is going to be the 0.5 or the 618. Oh, it's a 786. 786. So what I'm waiting for, what I'm looking for ICP is either $8.37, 38 cents, somewhere around there, or if we're going to come back down and retest the 786, which is going to be around $7.65 or anything below. You guys know recently I did this exact scenario, caught it down here, and I ended up selling somewhere around $10.30. I didn't catch the top, but was able to quickly double my profits real fast with ICP. So Ricky said maybe 3 years from now it'll go to 18. You don't think that Ordinals is going to go down? I mean, bro, listen, I'm very bullish on Ordinals. That's why I want it, right? That's why I want it. It just has everything that I know, that like the recipe to explode, right? Everybody's always asking me like, why Ordinals? Why Ordinals? And I've said this already to you guys before, and I'll keep telling you why I particularly am very interested in just picking up a very big bag of Ordinals. One, it's a fairly new project, right? BRC20 token running off the Bitcoin ecosystem. There's not a lot out there, not a lot of competition. Ordinals is bringing basically what Ethereum is, like as far as like bringing NFTs, bringing projects that are built off the Bitcoin ecosystem. A lot of Bitcoin maxis are pissed because they're looking at it as it's going to clog up the ecosystem, which it did have issues with that when it first dropped, and when Ordinals was running to all-time highs, it was having issues with that. So they were correct, but I think it's going to iron things out, as far as Bitcoin, and keep it more efficient in a fast-running ecosystem. But a lot of people don't think when you're talking about Bitcoin that it has like an ecosystem. They just think it's, it's Bitcoin. It's like gold, right? Digital gold. No, you can actually build stuff off the Bitcoin ecosystem, and this is what Ordinals brings to the table, right? But what I really like about Ordinals is that for right now, the market cap is still, even right now, is still fairly low for a project like this that's going to be massive, right? As Bitcoin grows, Ordinals is going to grow. $790 million market cap, not even at $1 billion yet, right? The number one thing though that I'm out of all that stuff, you see that, but what the cherry on top is that it only has 21 million coins in circulation, and get this, 21 million in max supply. So it can't even ever be added, right? What's in circulation right now is what's going to be in circulation forever, right? That's what I love about Ordinals, is that it is what you see is what you get. It's all out there, right? A lot of these projects, and I'm not saying a lot of these projects do it so it helps them grow, as far as having timelines when they release more into circulating, right, into circulation, circulating supply. Some projects though, they don't need that. They just come out 100% in circulation, 100% max supply is already out there. That's what I love about Ordinals particularly. That's why I'm very bullish on it, and that's why I'm going to wait. Hopefully we can see, Ricky, like I said, I'm not, necessarily saying $18, but anything under that 25 is what I'm looking for, right? That puts Ordinals somewhere around that like $500 million market cap. And the reason why I'm so set on, like, bro, listen, when Ordinals dropped, I was sitting there, I'm like, should I buy this or should I get Ordinals? Ordinals was at $4. It was at like $4. And I picked something else, which I made good money on something else, but Ordinals ended up outperforming, right? Ended up going up, doing that 20x. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, I was looking at all this that I'm giving you guys, and I was like, Ordinals is on my radar, and I didn't pick it up, So if I get the opportunity, He said, "You're making my pain worse, bro." Hey, listen. What do we always say? You're going to get another opportunity, bro. You're going to get another opportunity. Just got to focus on the charts. Like I said, I'll be very transparent for ordinals and for ICP for sure. I'll be very vocal on that. So, Gina said, do you think ICP can reach all-time highs? Probably not. Probably not. And you, Gina, you already know I've already said this plenty of times with ICP particularly. You have to remember when ICP dropped, their price was manipulated. It was artificially manipulated. It wasn't supposed to go up to 750, or did it really go up this high? $2,000? It shouldn't. I think it really only went up to 750, but I don't know. Well, I'll have to do a little bit more research, but I'm pretty sure it went up to $750, and even 750 was an artificial number that should have never happened, right? It got manipulated from some bad actors with whenever they did the release, and that's why a lot of people got, bad taste in their mouth in regards to ICP, but a lot of them have all come around. But where do I think ICP could possibly get for this bull run? Well, let's look at the market cap. I believe the market cap's at around $4 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's around $4 billion. So I could see ICP honestly getting up to probably around $40 or $50 billion, doing a quick but easy 10, maybe 12x from where it's at right now. And the reason why I like ICP is because you're talking about a bigger project that has a decent sized market cap, right? So this is where, like I always tell you, small cap, mid cap, large caps. This is my large cap investment that I want to put in. Ordinals would be my mid cap, and then small caps are like our NFK, right? That you're going to see that, those are your potential 1000Xs, right? NFK, Milady, I always talk about Myro, and we can go down the list on projects that are like, 100 million or below. Even, well, I don't know if we can even consider, what's the project that you guys are in right now? MOG. I would put MOG as a mid cap now. It's not even a small cap project anymore. I feel like mid cap is usually when you get to that, like that $500-600 million mark or higher, you're in that mid cap zone, right? So Ricky said, yes, if it goes to $2,000, I'm done. Bro, if it goes to $2,000, I think a lot of people are done, bro. If it goes to $2,000 and you're talking about a project that has it's going to be bigger than Bitcoin, right? One thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. Do you guys notice anything that's changed in the top 10 per market cap? I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to look. What project flipped another project? What project right now has moved up in the top 10, right? This happened in the last day or two. I'll tell you, it's not the first three. What project in the top 10 has moved up and dethroned a big player? Art says NFK in the top 10? Soon, brother. We will be there soon, bro. Ton? Nope. But Ton did get into the top 10. So I guess you're right on that one, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. Solana. There we go. Thank you, official. Or Ty, I'm sorry. I thought you said your name said official. Freaking Solana, guys. Look at freaking Solana. Solana's number 4 freaking per market cap. Dethroned BNB, guys. This is a big freaking deal. Solana dethroned BNB, right? Dethroned USDC. That, I think, is even a bigger accomplishment right there. Literally ran up and dethroned USDC and BNB in the last few weeks. Absolutely freaking amazing, guys. Excuse me. Absolutely amazing. Looking at the market caps, let me see here. Why isn't it giving me the numbers for the market caps? Give me the volume. I don't want volume. Hold on here. Oh, it's not showing me. I don't know why, but freaking insane. Right now, if something's up with coin market cap because it's not giving me the market cap. It's a little odd. A little odd here. Actually, you know what? Let me see something here. Hold on. There it is. All right. So, Solana's number 4. What I wanted to show you guys with the market cap is that it is number 4, but BNB and Solana are going to be literally having a knife fight, right? This morning, BNB jumped right back above Solana. As of now, BNB is retraced a little bit more than Solana. If you look in the last 7 days, Solana's up 6%. The last 24 hours, Solana's up 3%. BNB is only up 1.9, right? And it's technically down 1% for the week. So they've been having this brutal knife fight. BNB's at 84 billion and Solana's at 85 billion. So we could wake up tonight, tomorrow, whenever the hell you wake up, and it could be completely flipped, right? So, but I think just that seeing this is such a big accomplishment, guys. It really is. And like I told you guys, this is why we built on the Solana network, because Solana is getting up there, guys. It has a little bit of a stretch to get above USDT tether, right? You have about a $30 billion move right there. So that's going to be a big move that I don't anticipate is going to happen, anytime soon, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Like I said, I truly believe that we're going to be seeing a $500 Solana in the thick of this bull run. I really do believe it. So that right there, if you guys are looking for stability, might be a good spot to park your money. You know what I'm saying? If you can get Solana at a good price, if we see any other dips, that might be a good spot to park your money. As far as, having, like, if you're looking for like a Bitcoin, Ethereum, now you can think of Solana being one of those more stable big cap projects that you can possibly park your money in, and you'll see it upward move slowly but surely, and a lot more stability, right? Instead of maybe just leaving everything in USDC. I'm actually a little pissed because remember I told you guys that I moved a lot of my Solana into USDC around, like, I think it was like 174, right? And then obviously now we're a lot higher we're at around 183. So technically, if I want to move my Solana back, I'm going to be taking a hit on that. I'm not going to have as much Solana. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Jumping right into the fear and greed index, guys, you guys can see that we are still sitting at around that 63%, or 63 as in greed. We are in the greed, so it looks good. I told you guys, right now, not a time to worry or whatsoever. When we start getting into extreme greed, it usually is an indicator that the market is most likely overbought, or we could be topping out, even if it's short term, right? So we're at 63 right now, not looking too bad. It just gives you that sense of there's a lot of bullishness in the market right now. Even though today we have seen some downward moves, right? But for the most part, like I told you guys, we're just coming off of a few weeks ago where Bitcoin was down in the low 50s, right? So, I mean, where we're at right now, we've moved up a lot. We've moved up a lot in the last few weeks. So we're going to see days like we've seen today, where we're going to retrace, but we literally just went up to 70K today, guys. You knew 70 was probably going to get rejected. So Lil says it's going to hit 300 Canadian. I don't know what the conversion rate is, but I think that would be close to like probably 400 for US dollars. So I would say, yeah, I agree. Somewhere around there. Ricky said, I restaked my Solana because I don't want to be tempted to sell it again. Bro, I don't mind doing that with the staking, but if they like make you hold it like for 3 months or 6 months or a year, I don't like being confined, right? I don't like being confined where, let's say tomorrow, so let's just say hypothetically Solana runs up to $300 tomorrow, right? If you're locked in, you're freaking stuck there, right? You're freaking stuck there to freaking, you can't sell, that's why I'm kind of like, I don't like being locked in or confined on any of my investments. So 85 freaking billion, dude. I know that's crazy. And Amor said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Should I do it? Rip my shirt, brother. They actually, when I'm at the gym, they call me the mini hawk when I'm in the gym. That's literally what they, I'm just kidding, guys. I don't even know where I'm getting at. I'm just kidding, guys. No one says that. No one says it. But let's just jump into some stuff here that I wanted to talk about, guys. Ricky said Hulk looks good for his age. She doesn't look bad. I mean, no diddy on that. No diddy on that. Ricky, you got something to say there, bro? Old said, oh man, when I had my polka dot staked, it took forever to unstake. That's what I'm saying, bro. You got to be careful with some of that stuff. Maybe staking in a bear market, not a bad idea. But when you're in, like, we know, like, any day now, any month, any week, we could start going crazy and running, right? I don't know if I would be having any of my money tied up in staking right now where it's locked in. If it's staking and you can pull it out, at any time, that's something else. But if it's staked and it's locked in, I don't know. I don't know if I can run with that. So let's see here. So Solana's price explodes. Solana approaches $200 barrier, all-time highs. Incoming. So with the rise in open interest peaking at 3.25 billion, market optimism for cryptocurrencies such as Solana price is an upswing, hinting at potential higher valuations. This backdrop sets as a vibrant stage for Solana's price prediction as the digital asset demonstrates robust fundamentals and market enthusiasm, which could propel its price towards the $200 mark. Soaring open interest in cryptocurrencies signal optimism. Solana prices surge. As reports by CoinGlass, open interest in cryptocurrencies surged to 3.25 billion on Monday, marking its highest point since April the 1st, when it reached an all-time peak. This recent increase follows a dip to about 1.77 billion earlier this month when crypto prices plummeted. The rebounding suggests strong market demand, hinting at potential price increases for assets like Solana and Bitcoin. Bitcoin experienced a record open interest the same day, spurring by endorsements from prominent figures like Donald Trump, Robert Kennedy. Additionally, Solana has shown robust fundamentals. Its ecosystem fees soared to 2.13 million over the past 24 hours. The number of active addresses also has risen sharply, exceeding 1.22 million due to high demand for networks such as Jitto, Marian, and Camino. The optimistic market sentiment is further blustered by expectations that the Federal Reserve might cut interest rates in September. Been calling it, potentially benefiting risk assets like Solana and Cardano. Key points: cryptocurrency open interest hits new peak. Solana's showcase strong ecosystem growth, and rate cuts by Federal Reserve may boost cryptocurrencies. So let's see here. So this is just a little article, or I'm sorry, a little tweet that someone put up. What's his name? Arslan Ali. He said that Sol is trading at 189. This is obviously earlier, up 2.18% with a market cap of 87.83 billion. A strong bullish signal from RSI and the 50-day EMA. Solana looks poised for more gains. Key resistance is at 193 and support at 187. Stay tuned for more updates. And you know what's crazy is that's exactly where Solana hit its head, right? Went up to about 190, 193.90, 194, right? 194 is where it basically hit its head. And this guy was basically saying somewhere around 193.86. So not exact, but I mean, pretty spot on, right? And he was just showing you how he got it. As far as he's showing the upward channel, right? Staying just like we do those the channels for the bull flags. This is a channel going towards the upside, right? And you can see that it's been respecting the channel lines, the highs and the lows. And he's indicating that we could probably drop down. I can't see the actual the number, but it still could drop down and still be bullish and stay within this channel and easily continue to move towards the upside. So very, very bullish on Solana. So let's see here. The key price levels to watch include the pivot point at 187.55 with immediate resistance at 193.86, followed by 198 and 204. Immediate support is observed at 187.55 with further support at 183.77 and 178.17. Technical indicators are signaling a bullish trend for Solana. The RSI is at 56.90, indicating a neutral market stance but leaning towards bullish momentum. So looks good, guys. Looks good as far as that. was looking to see if there's any anything else on here. There was another article that I had for Solana. Let me see here. There it is right here. So let's see here. So meme coin news: Karma rising, Trump dropping, Solana celebrity meme coins dying. And that's what I wanted to focus on, was the Solana meme coins that have been dying, right? And I could have sworn I had a better article for this, but let's see here. So the death of Solana celebrity meme coins. So though a meme coin resurgence would not be surprising, quite a few have record massive falls over the previous month. This is particularly the case for celebrity-related coins launched on Solana blockchain, which had previously seen an explosion in the crypto space. These celebrities include Doja Cat, Iggy Azalea, Soulja Boy, 50 Cent, Davido, Waka Flocka, Floyd Mayweather, Hulk Hogan, Lil Reese. But you know what? Looking at a lot of these projects, these were probably, not down 99%. These are rug pulls. These are most likely rug pulls, right? You do have a lot of these. Oh, look, and they're saying the remaining 8 are listed below. And you have really Daddy that I was looking at and Mother are probably the 2 that are holding pretty strong. And we can actually look at those up real quick. Is that Steve will do it right there? I heard about that project. I never checked it out. Let's look at what's that, Daddy? It's down 10%. I mean, you can see obviously for this project that we're seeing, a downward trend, right? You can see a downward trend. If I was to point out, some kind of support, it already looks like it's broke that support level that I would have put on here. Let me see. You can see it's bounced multiple times off this spot, and it has broke support. So I don't know if this is just getting the tailwind of a lot of people seeing that a lot of these celebrity projects are going down, or if this thing is just heading down. And then going over to Mother real quick. This one, it's down 4% or 3%, so nothing too crazy. Holding actually relatively strong. Amor said, I want to, but I'm kind of hesitant on selling my call at a loss for MOG. At least MOG is a sure thing going to go up. I mean, Amor, obviously I'm not going to give you financial advice, but I don't know. I would be cautious, because though I do think that MOG is going to continue to move towards the upside, if you have some patience, you might be able to buy in on MOG, at maybe a better price, right? Looking at MOG right now, she did have somewhat of a retracement, but look where she literally bounced off of the trend line, right? And she is above the 236 again, kind of giving us that indication that she was looking for some kind of a run towards these all-time highs, right? So, I mean, MOG is still pumping. I would be very careful if I was to be converting a project like Call, taking a loss, and then jumping in on a project that's at relatively high prices right now, right? Now, I'm not expecting MOG to just be dropping and falling off the face of the earth. What I'm saying is maybe you can have some patience. We'll come back and retest this trend line, which will keep MOG still bullish, but you're able to get, maybe a little bit of a 10%, about a 10, 12% discount on MOG. Let's pull up Call real quick and see what Call's been doing. I know Call's been slightly down, if I'm not mistaken. So Call's still sitting in that downward trend, right? Still sitting in that downward trend for sure. So, I mean, the market cap is starting. It's not like it's like crazy low, but I mean, it's starting to get down there. Remember, freaking Call was at, what, $120 million market cap at one point? It's down to $37 million. Like, this thing is slowly bleeding off. So I don't think that it's done whatsoever. I actually want call to drop like crazy so I can get a good position in, because I'm long-term bullish on this. I'm telling you guys, if you can have your patience, bro, Amor, I think down the road, when when money flows back into Cronos ecosystem and we're in DeFi season, I think that this thing, I honestly do believe that call is probably going to be one of the, it's gonna go crazy. I really do. It's already probably the biggest meme coin that's on the Cronos DeFi, right? Per like liquidity and market cap and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's a risk you're going to be taking right there, right? But I mean, I don't think that MOG is a bad project whatsoever. All I'm saying about MOG is that if you're buying in right now, you're potentially buying in at a high price. Given that it's gone up. I mean, it's freaking up 17% today. You know what I'm saying? If you zoom out, at least for the month, it says it's only up 6%. But look at this for the year, bro. Look at MOG for the year. The thing's up 6,838%. Absolutely crazy. Market cap's at $700 million now. Absolutely crazy. Ricky said you're trying to get called down to put me in the negative, bro. Bro, just briefly. I know you got diamond hands. Just briefly so I can get a damn position in, all right, bro? Sheesh. Twan said he's going to be buying more call here soon too. That's what I'm saying. I don't want call to like crash. I just wanted to come down like 70% briefly. That's it, bro. Sheesh. Can other people eat too, bro? I hear you, Amor. Just have patience, bro. I never encourage anybody like normally to sell in the red, right? I normally don't. I mean, there's sometimes you got to read the writing on the wall, but just have patience, right? I mean, look at the volume for Cronos right now. $2.3 million. It is gone to ghost town in here again, guys. Absolute ghost town in here. So it'll pick back up. It always does this. I'm telling you, it always freaking does this. And then it just jumps right back in, where you're having days where it's like $20-40 million coming in, and that's really nothing compared to like Solana and all them, right? Like, look at Solana today, $2.4 billion. Absolutely insane. Ethereum 1.62 and Binance 1.77 billion. Base took out Arbitrum for number 4th place at 646 million. This is 24-hour volume. Actually, Arbitrum's at 700. Arbitrum's actually doing better than Base. But it shows you how much money's in these ecosystems. And you look at Cronos. Like Arbitrum, the 4th, 5th biggest ecosystem, right? $700 million for the day. You look at freaking Cronos, $2 million, right? $2 million. And really, if you really think about it, most of the volume actually is on Crow with Knife, right? And then right behind it is people swapping their Crow, right? That's really most of the volume. That's most of the volume in Cronos. So it's just right now we're going through the time where volume is crazy low for Cronos. Nobody is really making any. If you notice, there hasn't been any new bangers on Cronos. Nothing is really dropped that people are like talking about like crazy. That's why I've been literally. I have thousands of thousands of Crow that are just, thousands of Crow. I might confuse call Crow. Thousands of Crow that are just sitting there waiting to buy something, and I haven't freaking even looked in the portfolio. I looked at it today. I was like, oh shit, I have that much in there, but I'm just waiting, to pounce on something, but nothing's really come out. there are projects that I'm looking at that I possibly want to get in. Like I do want to get call, but I want it to come down a little bit more than where it's at right now. Call's still in those levels where, it likes to hang out and kind of just fluctuate. I kind of, if I've been waiting this long, I just want to wait to see if maybe we can get in, or myself can get in at a good time, possibly down towards, these levels right here at the 35, somewhere around there or below. Artman said, what do you think about, that's Stacks, right? What do I think about Stacks? I like Stacks. I think Stacks is dope. Another BRC20 token that I think is going to do really well. That has been doing really well, right? Gina, I think Gina was asking me this in the members only stream this past weekend. If she was like, ordinals or stacks, or I might have said it, ordinals or stacks. And I said I'd go with ordinals just because the market cap is a lot lower than stacks. I believe stacks is at around 2 billion, I think it is. Yeah, 2.7 billion. So I mean, it's a little bit more market cap than ordinals for sure. So, but definitely like it. Like I said, I think Stacks is gonna run with Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin's running, when we see Bitcoin getting to $100+ thousand, you're gonna see something like Stacks running like crazy as well. So. Ricky said, I have a bunch of Crow and VVS sitting in the wallet somewhere. I have to get my son to recover. Oh, nice. Must be nice to just have money. These guys have money just sitting in wallets. You're like, yeah, we'll get to it. He's probably got like 20 grand sitting somewhere. He's like, yeah, we'll get to it. No big deal. Old said, Crip, do you have a time to look at the Degen play I posted today? Would love your opinion in the chart if you have any. Was that you? Now I know. I'm glad that you mentioned that. Did you see those suspect eyes I put on one of your posts? I was like, let me see here. Oh, so you're Jason? All right. Whew, makes me feel a little better. I hadn't seen you in the Discord. I don't remember the last time you were in the Discord, and I saw you pop up. I saw right when you posted the project, and I don't care, but my job is to make sure no one's trying to pump scams or anything like that. So I saw you post it, and I was like already like looking at it. I was like, let me keep an eye on it. And I came back a few hours later, and that's why I gave you those suspect eyes, bro. We'll pull it up. What was the project called? It was like meme social or something like that. What's it called? HBAR? Alright, I'll pull it up. It's on Ethereum, right? Because I did look it up when you posted it earlier. I that's what, like, right when you posted it, I went and looked to make sure it looked legit, because I obviously, I was already questioning. I'm like, who the hell is Jason? And then I'm like, he's posting stuff on here. I was like, let me check the project, because if not, I was going to delete the post. But so this has been out for, it just popped up today. Liquidity doesn't look bad. Market cap is relatively low, which is a good thing, right? Has 100% locked in liquidity. Trading on the Ethereum network. So that's the one thing that I'm like, not a big fan of, right? Is the Ethereum. I love Ethereum. It's just freaking the gas prices are outrageous, right? They're outrageous. But I know you were saying that you were talking to the dev and stuff like that. So, I mean, the numbers check out. They don't look bad at all. I mean, it's up like crazy right now, up 2,000%. So, me personally, like if I was, me personally, right, I stumbled across this project, I don't know if I would jump in necessarily right now just because it's up like crazy. You're looking at the charts, you don't believe it, but people forget how much this initial run up is, right? So, you have a lot of people that are probably sitting on profits right now that could easily start selling off. I'm not saying that's going to happen whatsoever, but I'm just saying that it's had such a massive run that over 2,000%, that what I would do on a project like this is usually when they first run up. If you miss that first run up, I usually will give it like a day or two to see if it's going to kind of even itself out. Maybe you have a lot of people that have already jumped in early. They'll take profits and then usually eat up these dips, right? Like this time right here was a good time to buy in, obviously, looking at it hindsight 2020. So, but I do think that the project looks legit. If you'd like, bro, we definitely could put this on the watch list. I'll literally put this on my watch list and we can check it out as we move forward. So I just put it on the watch list. So I'd like to see, looking at a chart that's only 8 hours, not much you can say, right? Not much you can say. But, in the next few days, in the next week or two, we'll be able to kind of get a gist of what's going on, where are some good spots to maybe look for some support and good buy-in zones for it. So, yeah, and just like I think Baby was saying in the chat or in the Discord, if you guys see plays, that's what we have the Discord for, right? We have the Discord to talk about NFK, our native token, and then we have the other tab for just straight up crypto, right? So you could always bring it in. A lot of everybody in the Discord is pretty educated to where they know to look for, as far as if any project looks sketchy or anything like that. So no worries, brother. Oh yeah, no worries, brother. Now they got me wanting to talk like the Hulk Hogan. Let me make sure we've covered everything, right? Did we cover? Oh yeah, we didn't. We missed this one. So the clock has ticked on Bitcoin's post-halving surge, right? So just a little backdrop on this. Normally, Bitcoin will after 100 days of the halving, we're usually at all-time highs, right? That might have been a big reason why we were running today too. So I mean, we haven't seen all-time highs yet, but we did get close today. So 100 days after the latest quadrennial halving, July 29th marks the 100th day since Bitcoin's blockchain cut per block mining rewards to 3.25 from 6.25. So moving past Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump's appearance at Nashville's Bitcoin's conference, the crypto community will likely remember that July 29th marks the 100th day since the Bitcoin blockchain's implement in its fourth mining reward halving. The bullish impact of having led slowdown in Bitcoin's supply expansion tends to kick off in 100 days. Bitcoin mining rewards halving is an inbuilt code that takes effect every 4 years or after 210,000 blocks are mined in the blockchain. The quadrennial event reduces the rewards miners receive for validating transactions by 50%. The primary goal is to control the supply of Bitcoin and ensure it becomes scarce over time. Unlike fiat currencies, which have ever increasing supply, Bitcoin supply is capped at 21 million. And isn't that crazy? That's the same market cap of ordinals. You getting this? Same circulating supply and max supply of ordinals, right? And reward halving helps to manage how fast that limit is hit. The first halving implemented in 2012 reduced per block reward paid the miners 25 Bitcoin from 50 Bitcoin. Holy crap, they were getting paid. Over the next two halvings, the per block supply fell to 6.25 Bitcoin. The latest halving, implemented on April the 20th, reduced its further to 3.125. The previous halving paved the way for multi-fold price rallies, with most gains coming after the first 100 days. Today marked exactly 100 days after the Bitcoin halving event on April the 20th. The mark tends to have a short memory, but the halving induces supply deficit should start taking effect. I'm like reading something else. Should take effect from now on. Let's see here. So Dragrosh reached that conclusion after scanning the performance data before and after previous three halvings implemented in 2012, 2016, and 2020. The study showed that the mean access performance, the difference between the performance X number of days after the halving and X before halving, increased significantly 100 days after the halving and became statistically significant. Basically, with all this word jabber that they have me over here trying to spread out, they're saying that Bitcoin usually makes all-time highs. Usually within that 100 days or 100 days, usually by 100 days, it has already hit its all-time high. Well, we haven't technically seen that yet, right? And I think, don't fear, because we already saw all-time highs before the halving, right? Remember, I told you guys we were living in unprecedented times where usually the halving comes a month or two, or maybe a little bit after that. Remember, I was telling you guys this after the halving. Well, we saw an all-time high prior to the halving, which I think is throwing a lot of the numbers off, right? Still do think that we have all-time highs that are going to be occurring. I still do think it. It's just they're basing it off of these last 3-4 halvings. You can't really base it because we're living in different times now that we have the ETFs and a lot of other things that are going on for Bitcoin. So, and they pretty much give you a chart here of basically the days, right? Look at I'm looking to Bitcoin halving meaning access performance. I'm trying to see here. So these are the days: 10 days, 20 days, 50 days. But what halving was this? Is what I want to know. Because look at this. After day 400, Bitcoin for this year, whatever halving this is, was up 6,000%, which is absolutely crazy. But then you can see after day 500, it dropped down like crazy. A little confusing on those charts, but the point of the story is that right now we're due for a major run. We are due for a major run, so we'll have to see how it goes. I still do think, with everything the charts are telling me, I still do. I don't know what it is, but I still do think that we might have a little bit more pain in the market before we see, the rainbows and the sunshine and the sun shining like crazy, right? AKA all-time highs, in altcoin season. I 100% think that we're still going to see it, but I'm just thinking that we might have a little bit more pain until we get there. So who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see how it is, but I'm prepared for both situations, right? And that's why I always tell you guys, always want to make sure you have that dry powder sitting on the side. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say, Ricky. I feel like we're overdue, right? But I still do think that we have a little bit more shaking out on the market. I really do think that. So, Gina said, "Can you check when, please?" Gina, I'm not going to do the joke today. Because apparently my jokes are corny, and I should just stick to reading charts. That's what someone told me not too long ago, guys. They said that my jokes are corny, and they were being serious. They said, "Bro, your jokes are corny. Just stop." I'm like, all right, bro. And that was the end of my comedy career right there, Ricky. That was the end of it right there. So let's just get to the charts. That's what apparently all I'm here for is the charts. I'm just playing. So honestly, with looking at when, Gina, nothing too crazy. Nothing's really happened yet, right? We've been mapping. I gave you the spot for some good support at around this 87. It has bounced, but you can see it has not broke above the 786, right? It has broke above, but it has not found that support above the 786. So with that being said, you might see it come back down, possibly getting support. This is on the 2-hour, getting support at the 200-day moving average right here. This is the simple moving average, somewhere around that 13 level, right? You might even see it break and maybe look like it's going to come back down. I really don't think that you're going to see any kind of a move towards this side unless the whole market as a whole is coming down, right? If you see something like that, the whole market, Bitcoin is coming back and retracing, testing 59,000, something like that, then you're probably going to see this project come back down and retest some of these lower levels. But other than that, you're probably going to consolidate, most likely, and hang around this area until you can find some support at the 786, which is at the 15.2. So still, in my opinion, not a bad time to be dollar cost averaging in, right? But obviously have patience, because if this does play out, like I said, where it could come back down a little bit, you might be able to keep accumulating at a fraction of the price of where it's at right now. So, but still do think it's a sleeper. I think this is going to be one of those good projects that no one's really, everybody's kind of wrote it off, you know. Oh, Brian said he likes my jokes. All right, guys, jokes are back on, guys. They're back on. All right, I got a good one. A horse walks into a bar. Bartender says, "Why the long face?" You know, for years I heard that joke and I just was like, I never really even thought about it. And then one day I was like thinking about it. I was like, oh, because horses have long faces. All right, I'm back to just not doing the jokes, guys. Sorry. All right, Old liked it. Jason said almost all-time high and the alts are boring as AF. That's exactly what I was saying at the beginning of the stream, Jay. I was like, bro, I'm like, it's crazy that we saw, Bitcoin run up to 70, but what was even more crazier is that you saw Bitcoin retrace from 70,000 down to what, 66.3 or something like that. We retraced back down to this level, 66.4, and really, you didn't see the alts really do much, right? I thought the alts were going to crash when Bitcoin was dropping down to these levels. I'm thinking, all right, here we go. Big buying opportunity. And a lot of alts, if you see them, if they're down 2%, 1%. ICP's down 3%. Oh, shit. ICP's down. Uh-oh. Gina, like I said, have patience. I think we're going to be getting a cheap ICP coming up here soon. But yeah, I 100% agree with you. I'm like, it's crazy day that we're in today. Let me see here. So we check when Jay said, Crip, your thoughts on Wig Crow. Let's pull that up real quick. Did that pass it? Oh, there it is. Oh, Elon's wig? When did this drop? A month ago? So, I mean, the liquidity doesn't look bad for Cronos. It doesn't look bad at all for Cronos. Looks like its majority of it's locked in. It's been out for a month, so you're kind of past that whole rug pull stage. I mean, the numbers check out, right? The numbers check out. The project looks legit. You know, that's the one thing I will say. Like I keep telling you guys, for Cronos, it's just like nothing's going on with Cronos right now, right? So you have just a lot of projects are just kind of just stagnant, right? They're just stagnant. You're actually seeing that on Solana, other than if it's a new project, you know, you're not seeing a lot of volume, right? And that looks like what's happening on Cronos as well. So for this project, you know, if this is something that you think when we do get into that back up and running kind of stage, you know, and Cronos is running, this could be a project that possibly could get up, you know, into the top trending. Because for Cronos, that's what these projects need. They need to stay in that top trending, like top 20. If they fall out of it or they never even get into it, these projects are down in the abyss, and it's hard for people even to stumble across them, right? Unless you're literally looking at new projects that drop. You know, and a lot of people don't do that. They just kind of look at the top trending on the deck screener and they're like, oh, yeah, I'll buy in on this project. You know, so doesn't look bad at all. You know, I could even do a little fib retracement on here. Not that's really going to say much. You can say that you can see that it's basically been hitting its head at the 786 right here. So, you know, you have all this play right here where this thing could easily retrace and come back and find that support at the bottom of this fib right here. So, you know, like I said, if you're long term on this project for whatever reason, right now probably wouldn't be a bad time, because at the end of the day, I mean, market cap's only at $40,000, right? So I mean, this thing has potential if it could do anything, right? Like get into top trending. This thing could potentially, you know, make some big moves, or it could fall into the abyss and just tread sideways and not do anything, like a lot of projects do on Cronos. So, but good luck with that, bro. Owen said, are you bullish on Dog Elon Mars? You know, side Dog Elon. Am I bullish on it, bro? I'm gonna keep it 100% with you, bro. For everyone's sake that is invested in Dog Elon, I want that damn thing to pump, bro, because I don't think there's not one community that's had to deal with the sticking the fork in your eye boringness of Dog Elon, right? This thing has literally been chopping around. You take away this run up right here that was brief. This thing has been just sitting in this channel for, it feels like, an eternity, right? An eternity. So am I bullish on it? You know, like I said, I bought in on Dog Elon a while back and ended up selling at like close to highs back in 2021. So I'm very familiar with the project. I just, you know, I want to see this thing do something, and it's like, I don't know what they can do to really get into the limelight. There's so much competition nowadays that, like, you know, they really have to do something to get back up into that trending, right? For meme coins, there's just so much competition. So me personally, am I bullish on it? I do think that it's going to do fairly well in the bull run, right? This could be one of those stories where everybody's written this project off, right? And this could be the talk of the town in 6 months, where everybody's talking about Dog Elon again, you know? So, I mean, anything can happen. I think that it has a great community behind it. It still has a lot of big community behind it. People that have been holding for the last 2 years, 3 years. So, you know, I think that potentially when Bitcoin really starts running, this thing could possibly go on a run. But it hasn't yet, right? So, I mean, you could look at it like glass half full, half empty kind of deal, you know. But other than that, I do think that anybody that's been holding on to Dog Elon deserves a freaking pump. No diddy on that. Amora said, not gonna lie, I sold all my Dog Elon for Milady and have never regret it. And that's pretty much the story for a lot of people. They moved on from the project, you know, unfortunately. But as a small market cap, you know, so that's why I said, if it does rip, this thing will rip, you know. Old said, I went back to her, put 150 in because I love her so much. Are you talking about Dog Elon? I mean, something like that, a small little bag wouldn't be, oh, ladies, okay. Bullish, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Bullish, I hate to do this to you, bro. But we are about to end the show. We're about to end the show. Other than that, guys, remember, before you leave, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Just 30 more seconds. Remember, we have on Wednesday the FOMC meeting, right? So we're going to see a little bit of volatility, more than I think we're going to see more volatility. We're not going to do a live show on the meeting, but we will come after. We're going to be focusing on his words. Is he dovish? Is he hawkish? That's what's going to dictate the market, right? We already know that the next Fed reduction, or the first Fed reduction in interest rates, is going to be most likely September, right? Been saying this for a while. It's probably going to be September. Let's hear what he has to say as far as on Wednesday. On Friday, we have unemployment rate. It's coming out. I don't think it's going to be anything a big market changer, but we'll see how it plays out, right? But those are going to be the two things that we're looking forward to as far as this week, and possible volatility. Other than that, I think after that, we're going to have smooth sailings. Hopefully, you never know. Crypto, it's never smooth sailings, right? But other than that, we will have our traditional streams every single day at around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. I know who you are. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Just like Jay said, bullish, go back to the beginning of the stream and start it all over, bro. Start it all over. And then this is me talking to you from the future saying, what up, bullish? Right? Other than that, guys, hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I'll see each and every one of you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. All right, guys? Thank you. Have a